Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And today I'm doing something a little different with one of my reviews. Instead of having someone request that I do it, or instead of me just kind of randomly stumbling upon it, I have recently been seeing a lot of my other friends doing a review for this film, as it is apparently quite shocking. So I decided to watch it and do a review myself. So the movie I'm referring to is a foreign film from 2016 called Playground. Now, one of the first things you might notice here is that I made no mention of who the director is, or even the writer. There's a reason for that. I honestly don't think either of those people should get any credit for making this film, because I don't think it's a movie that anyone should be watching. Now, let me preface this by stating I'm not making that statement because of how shocking it is. I'm making that statement because it is that shocking, but for no reason. So here's the story for this one. It takes place in Poland, and it seems to center around three kids. And most of the film, and I do mean most of it, it's like 120 something minutes, and I would probably say 115 minutes are literally just almost nothing happening in the film. It's really just watching these kids, some of them definitely being a bit more rebellious and everything, but it's just dealing with the fact that yes, kids are cruel, and it really just has no real plot. It's as if they were just following some kids on their day-to-day lives. But now it comes to the last 10 minutes or so of the film, and this is the part that's truly shocking. Now, mind you, like I said, not much happens throughout the film. So the fact that they have this shocking ending is just to be shocking. It doesn't do anything to enhance the story. It doesn't make it any better or make you go, huh, I really need to think about that. Now, this next part is going to be spoilers, but these are spoilers I think you're going to want to hear because I don't think there's a purpose in seeing this film for yourself. Now, what I'm going to spoil is the two main boys, these two right here, they seem to be, rebellious and are a bit cruel and mean until it gets to the end of the film, where they go into a mall. They essentially kidnap a toddler, as these boys are, I think, preteens, somewhere between 12 to 14, I would assume. But yeah, so they kidnap this one kid from a mall, and at first it's like, oh, they're just being mean and terrible and taking him away from there and somewhere else. No, they end up taking him to a kind of secluded area near some train tracks. And then the two boys, well, they the toddler, and they do so in an incredibly violent way. Now, as a pre-warning, everything that you're watching happening happens from a distance, so you're not exactly seeing it, but you are getting the impression of what's actually happening. So like I said, there is no reason to actually watch this movie. And I've never said that about any films I've reviewed so far, because there at least is an ounce of like, oh, someone tried to put something into this, a meaning, or they really just wanted to make a film. But if anyone just really wanted to make this film, shame on you. So as I mentioned, it is just very boring throughout almost the entire film, then real shocking at the end. If you have kids of your own, the ending might be very difficult to watch as well. Now, I will say this. I don't hope anything happens for the director, producer, or writer of this film. I don't think they should be making anything else if this is what they're putting out there. But I do hope for the best for the actors in this film because they were believable as these kids, and hopefully they go on to something much better than this. So, on my scale, for the first time ever, I'm giving a movie a 0 out of 5. If you really do want to check this one out for yourself, it is currently streaming for free on Tubi, but don't say I didn't warn you. So I hope at the very least you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. If there's ever a movie that you'd like me to do a review for, feel free to mention it in the comments.